Donald Trump just got slammed for pulling his favorite stunt using athletes to implicitly endorse the stupid things he says. Well, America's star soccer player Timothy Weah got pushed too far in that little charade, and he spoke out. Weah plays for the U.S. national men's team, but his full-time job is with Italy's Juventus team. So Juventus is in America right now, competing in the FIFA Club World Cup. And someone thought it was a bright idea to have the team visit the Oval Office, completely unaware that there is nothing Donald Trump loves more than using world-class athletes as props in the Oval Office. He revels sitting in that chair, and probably farting, while athletes from all kinds of sports stand behind him like some sort of Alleluia choir, ostensibly fawning over everything he says. And you can tell Trump sees these guys as nothing but props by the way he greets them, sitting down. So right off the bat, Trump insults these guys. The office of the president is one of the most powerful positions on earth. So when the president stands and greets you, it's a sign that the person occupying the office still sees themselves as equal to you, not Trump. He conveys quite clearly that you're here as a prop. And it didn't take long for Trump to prove that. First is the classic Trump racism. He tries to do a little of the America pride thing by mentioning that there's 2 Americans on the team, which is admirable, but then watch what Trump does.
And you have 2 great American players on this team. And when you just, where are you, my American players?
Around here.
You're fantastic, so good luck.
Thank you.
I hope you're going to be the 2 best players on the field. Okay?
Yep, you saw that right. Trump instinctively turns to the white guys thinking, hey, you must be the Americans, right? And the looks on their faces says it all. No, dude, just because we're white doesn't mean we're American. You want the black guys on the right-hand side. So then Weston McKinney and Timothy Weah are forced to shake his hand. And Weah's body language says it all. He caught exactly what Trump was thinking, turning to the white guys. Pro forma doesn't even begin to describe his handshake. But it gets even worse as Trump goes off on a bizarre rant about Joe Biden with the team standing behind him.
I think the auto pen ran the White House. You know, we have an auto pen president before me.
And you can tell they are uncomfortable, but then Trump does his classic maneuver, go from rant to absolutely obscene, and they still have to stand there. Watch as Trump tries to get them to endorse his transphobia.
Men playing in women's sports, you know, he was never heard that. Have you ever had women? Could a woman make your team, fellas? Tell me. You think? You're being nice. What do you think? Think a woman could make the team? General managers, what do you think?
Difficult.
We
have a very good women's team, though.
You do have, right? Yeah. But they should be playing with women, right? You know, it's one of those things. One of those things.
You can actually see McKinney gritting his teeth here, but Weah, there are smoke clouds coming out of his ears, and everyone is looking around thinking, how the hell did we get out of this crap? The GM finally maneuvers Trump out of his transphobic rant, but then Trump was off to the races again, making the team stand there as he ranted about Iran. The message was clear to everyone that they were just set pieces for Trump's little games, and Weah had enough. He spoke about it afterwards, saying this.
What was it like today at the White House? How much did you know before you went that you were going to be in a press conference? What was that like?
It was all a surprise to me, honestly. They just told us that, we have to go, and, I had no choice but to go, so shut up.
Did you enjoy it?
I guess it was a cool experience, obviously. Being in the White House as a first time, it's always wonderful, but, I'm not one for the politics, so it wasn't that exciting.
Finding yourself on camera looked like it was maybe a surreal experience for you guys to be in that moment?
Yeah, it was weird. I was caught by surprise. It was a bit weird. I was caught by surprise, honestly, when he started talking about all the politics with Iran and everything. It was kind of like, I just want to play football, man.
You want to talk about diplomatic? Weah. He makes clear that Trump's behavior was obscene, that it ruined his experience of being in the White House, but he never mentions Trump by name and never loses his cool. Weah has more diplomatic skill than Pete Hegseth, J.D. Vance, Kristi Noem, and Marco Rubio combined. And sure, You can say it wasn't Trump's fault that the press failed to ask even one question about soccer. But then that was the whole point of putting the team in the Oval Office to begin with, to try and insulate Trump from political questions. Weah's response afterwards is a message to athletes everywhere. Be prepared to be used as a political prop. And better yet, think about not going at all. I would lay even money on Weah taking a pass if the U.S. men's national team gets an invite to the White House. Reporting from Rome, the soccer capital of the world, I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats.